Welcome, miladies of inestimable value. The quiet ones aren't just dangerous, they're downright mysterious. Sigma females have an aura that's impossible to ignore. They live life on their own terms, navigating the world with a blend of independence, intelligence, and an almost eerie self-awareness. But here's the twist. Some of their habits can send chills down your spine without them even realizing it. Did you know that studies show people are most unnerved by what they don't understand? Well, welcome to the enigma that is the Sigma female. Think of it like this. They're the kind of women who can make you feel seen, understood, and mildly terrified, all in the same breath. What's creepy isn't intentional. It's just the natural byproduct of their hyper-focused, no-nonsense approach to life. And trust me, the things they do will either fascinate you or have you double-checking your surroundings. Either way, you're in for a ride that's as unsettling as it is intriguing. Number 1, they stare through people, not at them. When a Sigma female locks her gaze on someone, it's not your average look. It's a full-scale dissection of your existence. There's an intensity to her stare that feels almost surgical, like she's peeling back layers you didn't even know you had. It's not malicious, but it's far from casual. Most people look at others with a mix of politeness or curiosity. A Sigma female looks through you as if she's searching for something deeper, something you might not even be aware of yourself. This unnerving habit isn't born out of malice or judgment, it's instinctual. Her mind is always processing, always analyzing, and her eyes reflect that. The problem? Most people aren't used to being scrutinized like a puzzle waiting to be solved. Her stare feels less like an interaction and more like an interrogation in complete silence. People often walk away from these moments questioning themselves. What did she see? Was there something wrong with me? Did I say something stupid? That's the thing about a Sigma's gaze. It lingers in your mind long after it's over. She's not even aware of the power she wields with her eyes. But it can leave others feeling exposed, as if every secret they've ever tried to bury just got unearthed. For the Sigma, it's simply her natural way of navigating the world. She observes to understand, not to intimidate, but the effect it has on others can't be denied. It's not threatening, it's just intense. And while she might not mean to creep anyone out, there's no denying that her ability to silently unravel someone without uttering a word is both captivating and unsettling. It's her superpower and also the thing that makes people wonder if they're being seen or completely decoded. Number 2, they predict outcomes like a human crystal ball. Sigma females have an uncanny ability to predict how things will unfold, and it's enough to give anyone chills. They'll casually make a remark like, "This plan won't work out," or "You might want to rethink that," and then watch as reality bends to prove them right. It's not guesswork or luck, it's their sharp intuition paired with laser-like observation. They notice patterns others miss, connect dots most people don't even see, and draw conclusions that seem impossibly accurate. This talent isn't about showing off or being smug. They don't announce their predictions with fanfare. They'll mention it in passing, almost like an afterthought. And when it inevitably happens, they act as if it were the most obvious thing in the world. But to everyone else, it feels downright eerie. How could she possibly have known? Was it logic, insight, or something bordering on the supernatural? What makes it even creepier is how calm they are about it. They don't celebrate their accuracy or rub it in. They simply observe the fallout with quiet detachment. People around them start to wonder if they're clairvoyant or secretly influencing events behind the scenes. It's not that they want to make anyone uneasy, but their ability to read situations with such precision feels almost unnatural. This predictive nature isn't a parlor trick, it's a survival skill. They've honed it over years of watching, learning, and understanding human behavior and life's intricate patterns. To them, it's just logic combined with intuition. But to those who don't operate on the same wavelength, it feels like they're looking into the future, or worse, pulling the strings to shape it. Either way, being right all the time might just be the creepiest thing about them. Number 3, their silent exits feel like they were never there. Sigma. Females have mastered the art of disappearing without a trace. It's not just about being physically quiet, it's how seamlessly they remove themselves from situations that leaves people unnerved. One moment, they're part of the crowd, and the next, it's as if they were never there. No loud goodbyes, no dramatic exits, just an eerie, almost ghost-like retreat that feels intentional yet impossible to pinpoint. What makes it even more unsettling is the aftermath. People are often left scanning the room asking, "Where did she go?" but getting no answers. There's no door slam, no footsteps fading into the distance, just a sudden, unsettling absence. It's as if her presence dissolves into thin air, leaving a faint memory behind that makes others question whether she was ever really there to begin with. This isn't some calculated move to freak people out. It's her natural inclination to avoid unnecessary attention or drawn-out interactions. She values her energy and knows exactly when a situation no longer serves her. Instead of making a fuss or disrupting the flow, she quietly slips away, like a shadow retreating at dusk. To her, it's efficient and respectful. To everyone else, it's downright creepy. The silence of her exit lingers, creating an almost haunting effect. It's not that people miss her presence, they're just struck by the sudden void she leaves behind. The more you think about it, the stranger it feels. It's a reminder of her ability to exist on her own terms, to appear and disappear at will, and to leave an impression without even trying. That quiet, unnerving vanish is pure Sigma, a blend of mystery, independence, and a touch of the inexplicable. Number 4. They make people feel judged without saying a word. There's something unnerving about the way a Sigma female can make you feel completely exposed without uttering a single word. It's not that she's trying to judge you, it's her natural way of reacting that does all the talking. Whether it's a raised eyebrow, a subtle smirk, or the dreaded slow blink, her expressions carry a weight that lingers long after the conversation has ended. You might walk away replaying her reaction in your head, feeling like you just got hit with a silent, "Are you serious?" What makes this so unsettling is how subtle it is. She doesn't roll her eyes or scoff. She doesn't even interrupt. She just listens intently, taking it all in, and then delivers a micro-expression so precise it feels tailored to your exact situation. It's as if she has a direct line to your inner insecurities, and her face knows exactly how to push the button. The real kicker is that she doesn't mean to make you squirm. She's simply too sharp and perceptive to fake enthusiasm or sugarcoat her reactions. People around her often interpret this as disapproval, even when she's just processing the information. But the silence? That's what gets under people's skin. It's not accusatory, but it's piercing, like she's holding up a mirror and forcing you to confront your own flaws. It's no wonder people feel judged, even if she doesn't intend to make them feel that way. Her silence is loud, her expressions are precise, and her presence is enough to make anyone second-guess their choices. It's not malice, it's her authenticity and unwillingness to placate nonsense. Still, it's a powerful and slightly creepy skill that leaves people questioning themselves long after she's walked away. Number 5. They know things they shouldn't. It's downright unnerving how Sigma females seem to know things they shouldn't. You could casually mention an obscure detail about yourself in passing, and 6 months later, she'll reference it like it's fresh in her mind. It's not just about remembering, it's about the precision with which she recalls the details. And what's more unsettling is her ability to connect dots you didn't even know were there, drawing conclusions about you that feel uncomfortably accurate. This isn't the result of nosiness or prying. Sigma females are simply hyper-observant. They pick up on nuances most people overlook. The way your tone changes when you talk about certain topics, the subtle pauses that reveal what you're not saying, and the way your body language shifts depending on who you're around. All of these little clues come together in her mind like pieces of a puzzle, creating a picture that feels far too intimate for comfort. What makes it even creepier is how effortlessly she does this. She's not sitting around scheming or eavesdropping. It's just her natural way of interacting with the world. While most people engage at surface level, she's always operating several layers deeper. This ability often catches people off guard, especially when she casually drops a statement that feels like it came straight from your diary. It's not malicious, but it can feel invasive, even though she's technically done nothing wrong. The way she understands you, often better than you understand yourself, leaves you wondering just how closely she's been paying attention. The truth is, she's always watching, always learning, and always piecing things together. And while it's impressive, it's also the kind of thing that makes people think twice about what they share around her. Number 6. Their presence feels like surveillance. Being in the presence of a Sigma female can feel like stepping under a spotlight, even when she's not saying a word. She might be sitting quietly, sipping her coffee or scrolling through her phone, but you can't shake the feeling that she's cataloging everything. Her stillness isn't the peaceful kind. It's the hyper-focused kind, like she's mentally recording every detail for some future analysis. It's not paranoia on your part, it's just the intensity of her energy. What makes it so unsettling is her ability to blend in while still making you feel completely exposed. She doesn't need to interrogate you or even engage directly. Her eyes, her posture, the subtle way she tracks the flow of a conversation, it all gives the impression that she's watching not just what you do, but why you do it. And here's the kicker. She's probably not judging you at all. She's just naturally observant. The type who can't help but notice the way you fiddle with your ring when you're nervous, or how your tone shifts when you're hiding something. Her ability to absorb everything like a sponge makes her seem omnipresent. You start wondering if she's picking up on things even you haven't noticed about yourself. The truth is, she's not trying to make you uncomfortable. She's just wired to observe and process at a level most people can't comprehend. But when her quiet focus is directed at you, it's hard not to feel like you're under a microscope. What's even more disarming is how calm she remains through it all. She doesn't react immediately or offer unnecessary commentary. She just sits there, soaking in the atmosphere, leaving you to wonder how much she's really figured out, and whether you'll ever know what she's thinking. Number 7. They read between lines that aren't even there. When you're talking to a Sigma female, it feels like you're saying a lot more than you actually are. You could be chatting about the weather, and somehow she'll pick up on the fact that you're stressed about your job or hiding something about your personal life. It's not that she's looking to uncover secrets, it's just how her mind works. She doesn't just hear words, she processes tone, pauses, body language, and the overall energy of the conversation. She's a human lie detector who doesn't need you to lie to figure you out. What's really unsettling is how she can make connections you didn't even realize existed. A harmless offhand comment can lead her to uncover something deeply personal, and you're left wondering how on earth she got there. You might walk away from the conversation feeling like she knows more about you than you intended to share. And the creepiest part, she probably does. This ability to read between the lines, even the ones that don't exist, isn't about being invasive. It's just her natural gift for analysis. While most people take conversations at face value, she's digging into the subtext, the implications, and even the things left unsaid. It's not always intentional, but it's incredibly effective, leaving people feeling exposed in ways they can't quite put their finger on. Her knack for this can make interactions with her feel intense. You might second-guess everything you've said, wondering what she's gleaned from your choice of words or the way you shifted in your seat. It's not about manipulation or judgment. It's her genuine curiosity and sharp perception. But the effect is undeniable. Talking to her feels like being uncomfortably seen, even when you thought you were being careful. Number 8. They disappear for days without explanation. When a Sigma female goes silent, it's like she's vanished into thin air. No warning, no heads up, just gone. Friends might text, colleagues might wonder, but she's completely off the grid. The first reaction is usually concern. People think something must have happened. But then, out of nowhere, she reappears, calm as ever, acting like her absence was the most normal thing in the world. There's no dramatic apology, no drawn-out explanation, just a casual continuation of life as if the gap in communication never existed. What makes this behavior so unsettling is how unapologetically she owns it. Most people would feel compelled to offer at least a hint of why they went dark. An excuse, a reason, anything. But not her. She doesn't see the need to explain herself because to her it wasn't a big deal. Maybe she needed time to recharge, maybe she was chasing a new idea, or maybe she just didn't feel like interacting with the world for a while. Whatever the reason, it's her business, and she's not sharing it unless she wants to. This habit can leave others feeling a mix of confusion and frustration. On one hand, they admire her independence and her ability to prioritize herself without guilt. On the other hand, they're left wondering if they somehow did something wrong, or if she simply doesn't value their presence enough to stay in touch. The truth is far less dramatic. It's not about them, it's about her. She operates on her own terms, and sometimes that means stepping back from everything and everyone. Her disappearing acts aren't meant to hurt or confuse anyone, but they do. It's the way she reappears, unaffected and unbothered, that leaves people feeling like they're dealing with someone who exists just outside the rules of normal interaction. Number 9. They speak in cryptic, loaded sentences. When a Sigma female speaks, it's like she's dropped a breadcrumb that leads to a labyrinth of thoughts. Her words are rarely direct or straightforward. They're loaded with an enigmatic quality that makes you second-guess yourself long after the conversation is over. What seems like an offhand comment, you should probably think about that more, can plant itself in your mind, twisting and turning until you're analyzing every aspect of it. Suddenly, that simple piece of advice becomes an existential puzzle, and you're left asking, what did she mean by that? Was it about the decision you just made or something deeper? The brilliance of her speech is that it often leaves you to do the heavy lifting. Unlike someone who'll lay out their thoughts plainly, she'll give you just enough to get your mind racing. It's not about cryptic communication for the sake of being cryptic. It's her way of challenging you to go beyond surface-level thinking. It's as if she believes that only when you truly dig, ponder, and wrestle with an idea can you reach a deeper understanding. And that's where the real insight lies. Her sentences can be so weighty that they leave people wondering if they've been put in the hot seat or invited to a secret club of the perceptive and the introspective. Sometimes it feels like she knows things about your choices before you even do, but she'll never tell you outright. Instead, she'll toss out a subtle remark that sends you spiraling into an impromptu session of self-reflection. And when you finally surface from your thoughts hours later, it's not uncommon to find yourself thinking, she never said anything that deep, did she? Number 10. Their politeness has a sharp edge. When a Sigma female is polite, it's not just courteous. It's like being on the receiving end of a surgical procedure wrapped in velvet. Her kindness is the kind that makes you feel both comforted and scrutinized at the same time. It's as if her politeness is a finely honed tool, one that dissects conversations and interactions with surgical precision. She doesn't just smile and nod, she listens, absorbs, and responds in a way that feels calibrated to reveal the truth, however subtle or hidden. This isn't to say that she's insincere or trying to unearth your secrets. It's just that her politeness never feels like a mask or filler. It's the kind that gets straight to the point, even in the most casual encounters. While most people pepper their words with fluff or vague pleasantries, hers carry weight. She could ask how you're doing with a simple, "Are you okay?" That leaves you wondering if she's actually interested or if she already knows something you're not saying. The unsettling part is that this sharp, thoughtful politeness cuts away the superficial layers, leaving you exposed to the kind of scrutiny most people avoid. In her presence, it's hard to pretend to be something you're not, or gloss over your true feelings. Conversations with her don't follow a script. They feel authentic, demanding honesty and introspection. You're left with the sense that she sees right through the small talk, sees the cracks beneath the surface, and yet she respects your space to let you open up on your own terms. It's an extraordinary kind of politeness that makes people pause and reconsider what they're really sharing. And if you're not careful, it can make you wonder if she's doing more than just observing. Is she somehow revealing more about you than you intended to share? The answer may be yes, but she'll never rub it in your face. When it comes to Sigma females, their presence is a paradox that leaves people captivated and, at times, unnerved. They embody a unique blend of strength, intelligence, and mystery that can make interactions feel like a dance between fascination and unease. From their silent exits that leave you questioning reality, to the cryptic, loaded sentences that have you replaying conversations long after they're over, Sigma females are anything but ordinary. Their way of speaking, with that sharp, precise politeness, cuts through the noise of superficial exchanges and leaves you feeling laid bare yet strangely understood. What sets them apart isn't just their ability to observe and intuit, but the way they operate on a wavelength that few can match. They're not seeking attention or validation. They're navigating the world on their own terms, challenging those around them to step up, think deeper, and recognize truths they might prefer to ignore. They make people feel watched without saying a word, and can vanish without a trace, leaving behind a lingering question. Who are they really? And what did they see in us? In the end, the creepy things they do without realizing it aren't just quirks. They're the essence of their being. They remind us that there's power in silence, in the spaces between words, and in the ability to read beyond what's said. Sigma females live in a world of their own design, one where they are the mysterious, all-seeing architects, and everyone else is left trying to piece together the puzzle they've left behind. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly how they like it. If you've enjoyed uncovering the mysterious and captivating world of Sigma females with us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our growing community. We dive into the depths of intriguing, unique, and thought-provoking topics that you won't find anywhere else. So if you're ready for more insights, unexpected truths, and content that keeps you on the edge of your seat, go ahead and subscribe. We can't wait to keep exploring the extraordinary with you. Because when it comes to understanding the hidden forces at play in life, we're just getting started. Thanks for watching, Jules. See you in the next video. Bye for now, and stay blessed.